Hello and welcome to the Comic-Con Highway Exit Show, the only show that tells you where Comic-Cons are coming near you every week. See all the exits of the Comic-Con Highway for week ending February 1st through the 4th. That's right, the Comic-Con Highway barrels into February, starts it off right. We're going to check out all the stops that are here for you, starting off with, of course, the fact that this is brought to you by WrittenSiNs, which is the support system for indie comic creators. It's the International Digital Comic-Con and the advocating site for indie comics. The first stop off the Comic-Con Highway this week comes to us in St. Louis for Wizard World, which will have the amazingly talented Caesar Lee Crawford, who is a guest at Wizard World. He is actually going to be there talking about Poppy and Poe, which is now on Kickstarter. Check it out later on the Kickstarter talk program for those watching this live. Mr. Anderson, hey, wait, that's me. I'm going to be at Florida PopCon. That's right, a new Comic-Con has made its way to Florida. It's called the PopCon. I'm going to be there. Fantastic area of Orlando, of course. Anything in Orlando is always fun to be a part of. I can't wait to get there. It's a 3-day event. It'll be there from February 2nd through the 4th, so that's Friday to Sunday. I'm going to have a panel on Saturday. Stay tuned for details. And their tagline, by the way, is that we're just not another con. I'll tell you what I think about that when I get there. Also in St. Louis, if you're not in Florida and Orlando and able to see me and you're all the way up there in St. Louis, go see my co-creator, the artist of The Fourth Monkey, the fantastic creative genius of the dreaded Dinosaur Man. It's James Eric Hudson, who's heading to Wizard World St. Louis this weekend. And Wizard World, of course, is February 2nd, 3rd, 4th. 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Also, Davy Jones, if you guys are in Texas, you really should be coming to my show at PopCon. But Texas is big like Florida, so Texas, if you're there, check it out. You got Davy Jones, the amazing creator. He is going to be in Pearland, Texas. Check it out. It's February 3rd only, so you can always come see me and drive back. But if you can't, I understand. Davy Jones is going to be there. He's going to be at the Bazaar Teen Comic-Con Convention and Geek Fest. I look forward to hearing about it from Davy and see what was what. Sounds fascinating. Scott Zambelli, I believe, with some Days of the Dead in Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia is having a Days of the Dead. You can check out Scott as he's going to be there. I'm not sure if Scott's actually going to have a table because he does cosplaying. I think he's there just for... Because when I saw the events calendar, I saw that his Star Wars League, I think it's 501st. I'm pretty sure it's 501st is going to be there. So I think Scott's actually there for cosplaying. And then in Australia, Sean Keane this weekend at the Sydney Walker Stalker Con. And those are popular in the States, so you guys know what that is. And Bob Sally's also around. He's going to be this weekend at Wizard World. I don't know why Wizard spelt weird there, but I'm going to leave it. I kind of like it. Wizard. Bob Sally's going to be there. Bob Sally is, of course, the creator of Salvagers. Also, I believe he's going to be there for Source Point Press. As of filming this, I did not get confirmation if there's going to be a Source Point Press booth there. Bob Sally, of course, is in leagues and cahoots with Source Point Press, which is amazing. If you want to be in cahoots with anyone, it's Source Point Press. Now, before we go on to Convention Scene, which is our amazing site that we've teamed up with this year to bring you all the cons that we don't know if creators going to, take a moment and join the Facebook group that talks about the experiences of different shows. It's called Comic-Con Adventures, and it's on Facebook now waiting for you. Let's check out the Convention Scene and see what's happening. Of course, we talked about that in Casbury, Florida, which is right in Orlando, is going to be the Florida PopCon. I'll be there, and which I have no idea why. Oh, well, we missed one. I was going to say there's something wrong because I'm missing one. We almost missed it, but here it is. That's right. John Crowther is what's popping at the PopCon. I saved the best for last. John is going to be there. And Friday, Lenny Pavlos' last day on Kickstarter. It ends on Saturday, so make sure you're back in that. John is also going to be visited by Jalen, who is his daughter, for those who don't know. She is becoming a social media artist and a great cosplayer. Two Very special people are going to be at Florida PopCon, and so am I. So I don't know if I'm special. I'm unique. I am the unboxable advocating creator. John is the guy who brings you the Amazing Squared Circle comics and Rochelle. So definitely check it out. He's usually got a wrestler with him. I forgot to ask him. I should have asked him if he's going to have anyone there. There's a ton of wrestlers at the show, so I'm sure they're going to be hanging out with John. So we're going to have to check it out and see what's what. That means you're going to have to come with me, and we're going to have to figure it out together. Let's go back over to convention scene now that we fixed that almost huge blunder. Cedar Rapids is going to have Cedar Rapids Comic-Con. Very, very cool show. I'm very excited to look forward to it, hearing about it. Just because I always see such great pictures coming out of the Cedar Rapids Comic-Con. I don't know how I don't know a creator that's not going there. Last year I knew two, and no one seemed to have said anything, but I always hear good things about Cedar Rapids. That's that's on the 3rd only. Also on the 3rd in Glastonbury, UK, in the United Kingdom, it's going to be the True Believers Comic Festival. If you're up in Minnesota, the Redford Charter, TWP, which I'm not sure what that stands for, is going to have the Redford Comic Craft Con. Also in San Antonio, Texas, this 3rd, which, by the way, those wondering what the 3rd is, that's Saturday, is going to have the awesome comic book collector show at the Holiday Inn in San Antonio, North Stone Oaks area. So if you're in Texas, you have 2 shows this week. Laurel, MD, which is Maryland, has the comic book and non-sports card show at the DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel. And that's it for the convention scene. We're going to always, just like we always do, we're going to go back over everything. And, of course, the preceding list we just talked about was brought to us by ConventionScene.com, where you can find all the shows that you could even plan to go to as a creator. Use it as a tool, and as a fan, it's a great way to see what's in your local area. It does have, I believe, a sectional area, so it's very cool. Of course, we just talked about the amazing John Crawford is going to be at Florida PopCon with his amazing daughter, Jalen Bryan. I believe I'm saying that right. I'll have to actually ask. She's a YouTube and social media artist, and she is an artist herself. Fantastic artist, by the way. We're also going to talk quickly about the Facebook group. This is a great group for you guys to talk about the cons, because one thing we don't do, we don't talk a lot about the different cons and whether they're good or not. And I really dig this. I really want to see this group grow in 2018, so I think it's a great resource that we're not using. Bob Sally's going to be at the Wizard World Comic Con. Check him out. Tell him Rob said hi. He's also someone I worked with in a roundabout fashion. We're both featured as writers in The Fourth Monkey. In Australia, Sean Keenan, I promise I'll stop now with that accent, is going to be at the Walker Stalker, Sydney, Australia. There it goes again. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Scott Zambelli is going to be at the Days of the Dead. I believe it's a cosplay event for him. This is February 2nd through the 4th, by the way. The Walker Stalker Con is also, I believe, I want to say the entire weekend. I believe it is the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th as well. Brazen Con is the Brazorin County Teen Comic Convention. This is going to be in Texas. Davy Jones is there. You're going to have in St. Louis, Wizard World, my co-creator, my good friend, and the amazing creator of The Dreaded Dinosaur Man, which is now on webcomics and Patreon, I believe. He's got a Patreon page for it. Is going to be at Wizard World as well. Stop by, tell him I said hi, and check out his amazing art. The art behind him is always so fantastic. You have to give it a look. Also, this guy, me, I'm going to be at the Florida PopCon. You got to come. We got to get popping. We gotta see how many times I can use that joke and use it badly. Seriously, I think it's going to be a great time. I'm excited about this show. It's my first 3-day show in February. So how exciting is that? I'm starting off February right. And don't worry about the hedgehog or the groundhog, I should say. The hedgehog might be there dressed up in cosplay. But don't worry about the groundhog if he says it's winter. Come in and visit me. And if it's going to be spring, then come visit me and we'll celebrate together. Come check out the Florida PopCon. And Caesar Lee Crawford, creator of Poppy and Poe, now on Kickstarter, is also going to be at Wizard World on February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. This has been a production of WrittenSiNs.comic, which is the support system for indie creators and is the advocating site for indie comic books and creators and the International Digital Comic Con for fans. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you later. Well, we'll see you on the road to the next Comic Con.